I am ready.
Hello there. Let's get started.
Oh, what was the deal? Are we going back on camera then, or not?
No, we're not on camera. Hold on. All right. So, beneath the massive crack in the sky lays a settlement. Though their problems seem lessened for now, the life of an adventurer has problems around every corner. Some of them live long lives of fame and fortune. Others fall in ditches and are forgotten just as quickly as they arrive. But as few sometimes seemingly seem to be chosen by fate, find their paths cross, and they carve their names among legends. You all, at one point or another, found your way into the small settlement of Shimmer Meadow, finding solace in drink and coin. And through whatever means, you all eventually found yourselves at one particular inn, that of the Trade Winds.
Here we go to do
All these
Heist
guys
of
are
the Bar
supposed to
Part
be
2.
hidden, and they're not hidden. One moment, as I hide all of these tokens.
I recognize a lot of these people.
All right. All of your tokens are so all over the place. So, you're all up here. Who would like to go first?
I feel that Draka and Corvus would already be in the bar, if not just entering.
Then go ahead and enter.
Can I take you with me, or are you going to follow?
Yeah, he'll probably follow.
Okay. Alright, brother. We should be able to find some work here.
I hope so. These weeks have been mighty boring. So you want us to do descriptions of our characters?
Yeah, go ahead and describe
Cool.
the character.
So I'll start. Corvus stands at 6'4". He has sort of dark green skin with short cut black hair, and he's got scruff. He's got an easygoing smile on his face that's partially hidden by the giant blue floppy sun hat that just is sitting on his head. He's big, tough, ready for a fight.
Draka, Corvus's older sister, stands at 5'10", green skin, black hair, ambery yellow eyes. She wears a chainmail shirt and carries a long sword, and equally likes getting to fights, but generally has a pretty sunny disposition.
All right. As you two enter the bar, and you sort of find your space here, eventually oops, hold on one moment. This token's bothering me, and now I have to fix it. Okay. You find your way into the bar, and you're approached by a simple barmaid. As I find them, because they weren't unhidden. Did you hear me? Or was I muted?
She approached us.
Yeah,
Yes.
and then he went out.
Oh, sorry. What can I get you all?
Nope.
Well,
Nope. There it is.
oh shoot. How do we?
It's control space.
Control space.
Howdy, sugar. Some mead, ale, whatever you have on tap. Be fine.
Coming right up then.
Do you know? Sorry, sugar. Do you know anything about anyone giving out jobs around here?
Not in particular right now, but one normally finds its way through the door eventually.
Mighty kind. Thanks so much.
She gives you a nod and proceeds over to the bar and looks like she's preparing things. In the meantime, who would like to go next?
The doors crash open as a very grimy dwarf in sort of dirty, spiky armor sort of slams in without really paying any attention to what's going on around her, muttering and shaking her head about that wizard that just seems to have gone missing, and sort of stalks towards the bar. He's pretty tall for a dwarf, sort of just under 5 feet, and sort of pretty dirty from the road, with a long, messy red braid of hair and sort of stubble on her cheeks. And she's carrying a very large great axe that she has held casually over one shoulder as she stalks towards the bar and asks for a drink. Hey, you're a server here? I'm desperately thirsty if you've got anything worth it.
I think I'm muted again.
Am I? Fuck. Okay. Now I'm not. She says, I can throw something together as she continues to do drinks.
Sort of take a look around as she's pouring and notice the amusing half-orcs that beat each other up the first time I met them. And like, oh! Well, I should have known I'd find the pair of you here. Give me a sec while I get libations.
Sure thing, hun. We've got some coming to our table as well.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful.
All right, then. Then I assume as you proceed over there, who would like to go next?
I guess I'll go. Coming in next is a tall and lanky, kind of dark purple skinned tiefling with blue horns and silver hair, dressed in kind of simple brown fur cloak and some simple traveling leather armor. They have a kind of a, I think, staff with them that they use to walk. And coming inside the bar and kind of glancing around a little bit, they're going to notice Corvus and Draka and kind of give a very tentative wave as they walk over. And they'll be taking a seat, just looking between the two Like, well, it's good to see you two again. And, looking over at Nesma as well. He's going to kind of just give a short, nervous wave and just be like, "Oh, hello. My name is Sol. What's yours?"
Well, we run into each other before, I think. The name's Nesma. Anyway, get yourself a drink. We can chat.
Oh no, I'm fine for now. Perhaps a water would be good.
Water. All right. If you're sure it's clean around these parts, you're always safer with ale.
Maybe, but I'm feeling more in a water kind of mood. Just gonna scratch the back of his head a little bit.
All right. Then, as you sit down and drinks are still being prepared, who else would like to continue?
Up to you.
Yeah, I don't know. Flip a coin. Which one of us gets there next?
I'll go. No worries.
You rolled without saying what it was going to be. So I literally wanted to do the same thing. I was like, oh no, I should say something before.
After a short while, Tiff appears at the doorway. He's sort of a shortish, young-faced half-elf, blonde hair. He's wearing this like neat, almost immaculate uniform. Looks like it's never been worn before. And over his shoulder, he's got this the signature blade cloak of the town guard. He sort of looks around the bar for a moment and then seems to settle on this table over here and is like, "Oh, pardon me. Excuse me. Are you my group?"
Depends on what you're looking for a group for, I suppose.
Yeah, run that by me, Sugar.
Well, you do seem to fit the description. Hello. I'm not sure which one of you filled these papers out. He pulls out a sort of a sheaf of papers from his backpack, and he's like, "You didn't seem to fill out the group name when you dropped him off at the adventurers headquarters, but someone seems to have scrawled just sort of adventure across it in what appears to be charcoal. Would that be you?"
That does sound like me. Let me. He's gonna take the papers. I don't think I've ever signed my name in common in my life. Draka?
Draka will take the paper and take a look at it.
First time in Shimmer Meadow, though, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me explain how this works then, I guess. My name's Tiff. He points to a very large name tag on his lapel.
Hi, Tiff.
I'm from the Grey Cloaks. They're sort of the you could call them the guards. They're really more of a liaison of sorts, sort of guides. So I'm sort of your a guide to these parts. I grew up here, so if you have any questions, if you need something pointed out, I'm your man.
Well, that's mighty convenient. Is that a service they provide to everyone who shows up?
Well, this town is a town made by adventurers for adventurers. So this is, as you could say, our specialty, I guess.
Well, I didn't fill anything in, but
I didn't either.
wouldn't mind something to do. We're looking for a job for sure.
Or really anything entertaining. Any fight rings around here?
I could use something to do while I wait for this wizard to get us in more trouble, that's for sure.
You're still looking for that wizard? Wasn't that like a few days ago?
Oh, I found him. He's doing some research in Eldham. I don't know. I gave him his room key and left him to his business, but I'm sure he'll find me. He always does.
And then, as if on cue, last but not least.
Yeah. So the door slams open with a sudden force that looks unusual or seems unusual for the frail figure that walks into the establishment. He looks about, his eyes jaundiced, darting from side to side. Neither one particularly properly focusing on anything, it seems. His view askance, but his look settles across the bar on Nesba. And he says, "There you are, my filthy assistant. What's going on?" And he starts hobbling seemingly very frailly across the room. Looking at him, you can see that his skin looks papery and rough to the touch. He has falling apart robes with holes in various places, and carries with him a staff of unknown origin that snakes unnaturally, seemingly grown that way, but otherwise held as if it's a man-made object.
Oh, there you are. Well, good for you. Are you done with your books then?
Done with my books. Have you learned anything? Anyway, find me some food and post haste.
Yeah, the server will be along in a second. You're not dying anytime soon.
Move over, you green lummox. I need space at the table if I'm to eat. And he forces his way between the two of them.
Yeah, Corvus, like, just thrown off by this whole encounter, actually does move over to the side a little bit. You know, Point, I kind of made fun of you when you said that he was a frail wizard, but yeah, frail's a good word.
I'll give you such a whooping that you never know that I was a wizard, but, well, anyway, food.
Don't let him fool you. He's a wily one, and he'll take all he can get in terms of them learning his magical ways.
If there are any unheld drinks on the table, I will mage hand that drink.
Nope.
We have
No
nothing
drinks yet. But as you say that, this woman comes over and starts plopping drinks down onto the table.
If he does so, the first one to hit wood is immediately sliding over towards me.
The second one, Nesma grabs in both hands, like all of her strength, and just starts chugging it.
Okay.
As
You brought
Corvus
two drinks, though, wench. Go back and fetch more.
All right, calm down.
Can't you do anything right? Get on with it.
Oh my
Now
god.
then, that's terribly rude.
Indeed, but when you reach my age, you don't have time for niceties.
10.
How old are
10.
you?
We've
I
spoken
hope
about
that I
this.
never reached that age, sugar.
He starts spilling drink down his beard, which is natty and has various beads strewn throughout it.
Hey, Point, I seem to remember you saying something about buying us a round of drinks.
I got you a round of drinks at the Dragon
that-
Ball right after the
But-
fight.
That don't count because that was free.
I didn't say I had to pay for them. Just said I'd get them.
She ain't wrong.
No, she ain't. Hey, tell you what. How about we have ourselves a little arm wrestle here? If you win, I'll pay for a round of drinks. I win, you get the next two.
The next two, well. Suppose if you're giving me that much credit, I can't exactly turn you down.
Don't challenge her to feats of strength. It's their only benefit that it's her only benefit. No, it's her only skill in this life.
All due respect, sir, you haven't seen my brother fight.
Don't need to. Look at him. He's a sissy.
He's hardly a sissy. He's beat me at least a couple times.
Sir, if you want to go outside and have a demonstration, we absolutely can.
Now calm down and just get to the feats of strength.
I mean, it is custom for our tribe. We do settle all bouts with a bout. So mind your tongue, or come outside with us, sir.
My place is in books and in the drinks. Anyway,
It's best not to really pay much attention to what he says unless it's relevant to the situation at hand, which I find is uncommon. So he can prattle about whatever he's prattling about. You want to arm
Fair.
wrestle? Arm wrestle.
All right. He's going to set himself up. Was it just opposing athletics checks?
That it is.
For some reason, these didn't say that. Okay.
Ooh.
Damn it.
All right. Nope. This is by level of win. That's only a 1 over. So as you lock arms together and begin to sort of push back against each other, you're almost equal. But Nesma has the advantage at the moment. So both of you roll again. And then she just slams you immediately to the ground.
All right. I'll get the next round of drinks.
Are you okay?
I'll give you credit where credit is due. You gave me more of a fight than I thought you would.
Yeah, we'll have to repeat this a little bit further
by all
down.
means, my friend.
All right. Well, then as you are ordering another round of drinks, she looks like she's already prepared, as she was accosted for more immediately after dropping things off. These two enter the bar. You sort of see as this one walks in with this one following just behind. They speak rather loudly so that everyone can hear, and you being so close to the door, you hear it immediately. Now, calm down, please. Just take a seat. This little bird-like creature that sort of looks completely disheveled sits on top of the table and like kicks a few cups over. No food, no food. Food, beer, boat, feed, food. Just starts making strange bird noises as he just sort of toots and kicks. Please stop. He continues to just attempt to wrestle him away from kicking things off the table.
Now, what's all this then?
Sort of flips and looks towards you as he loses him track for a moment as he just sort of skips and starts jumping around. Oh, Lord. Just let him go.
You sure, sir?
Yes. He's not harmful. Maybe. Are you here? He looks over to your table. Are you here about my notice?
Probably. What's your notice about?
He sort of chuckles to himself for a moment. Well, that! As the bird begins to sit up onto the stool and just sort of whistles a song to himself.
You want us to kill it, sir?
Oh,
Doesn't seem like much of a
oh boy,
challenge,
how
if I'm
I
being
wish.
honest.
But no. No, I need something else, unfortunately.
Well, our table's getting awfully tight. Why don't we join you over there? And she'll pick up her drink and come over and sit across from this man, keeping like kind of an eye on the bird wandering around.
Corvus is
He's
going to
calm
grab
for
his
now.
drink and sit right next to Remy.
Real close.
Sort of scoots in. and does not like being approached so tightly, so he scoots her over a little bit.
I'm gonna sit right at this corner here.
Now that you're seated, I suppose, whatever. So the problem here is, if you didn't read the notice, that thing, I cannot get it to understand me.
Would I know what it is?
Ain't that their way?
What?
I mean, it's a bird. Maybe our druid friend could talk to it, but...
No, it's not specifically a bird. Well, it is, but it isn't. It is a being called a kenku. Which, typically,
sounds
they can...
like a fancy word for a bird person who's still a bird.
Yes, but also no.
So you're traveling around with a kink you can't understand? Or control?
No, it showed up. And well, we need it for something. Well, not really, but it needs us. At least from what it has said a few times. But I cannot get it to understand anything I say or what it says, and it's grown beyond my capabilities here.
Ain't you got some fancy magic for that? You need folks to communicate with some being for you?
If it were so easy, I would have done it so already. Kenku are unfortunately
wizard
cursed.
Friend, is it something you can do? Did you even introduce yourself?
He didn't. He just kind of walked in and started yelling at everyone.
Nesma did say the name Zen.
Cool. Zan?
I said Zen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I said Zen as a question.
My name is Zenobio the Great. And don't get it wrong. Not Zen. Not Zenobio. Zenobio the Great.
He gave him some title.
Zen for short. Got it.
There is no short. Anyway.
I mean, there's a short and a long to everything.
Well,
I'm Draka Starseeker, but you don't hear me going, call me by my full name. Go by Draka.
D-Town, got it. Well, anyway. So yeah, do I know what a kenku is? Do I like in all my reading?
What isn't your intelligence like 22?
21.
You know what a kenku is.
I'm pretty, just to double check, just in case like kenkus are like super rare.
No, they're not that rare. They're rare, but not that rare.
Okay. Well, yeah. So I just say, that thing can't speak for itself. It only knows how to say things it's heard before. So, we gotta, I guess, feed it the lines if it's going to be able to communicate with us, because it seems to understand once it actually hears something.
So
yes, basically that. Sort of, but at the same time, I've been talking to it a lot as well, and it doesn't seem to really respond to much.
Well, he knows lots of languages. He's going on about it all the time. Maybe that would help.
Didn't he say he wanted meat when he came in? Something about food?
No, he says things a lot about not having food, but then I give him food and he eats it, and then he continues about not having food.
Well, he might
also
just
lots
still
of
be
things
hungry.
about large mouths eating large things, including himself.
Well, that sounds dangerous. Let me talk to him in a few different languages. That might help him stitch something together based on what he's heard before.
All right.
I'm going to go over there and just basically just start yelling at him, rapid fire, switching languages repeatedly.
What are you saying?
Basically, just kind of combination of chastising him and telling him to tell me what I need to know, or what he's trying to communicate.
The bird sits there and sort of puts a hand to his chin and sort of nods its head as you speak. In
And, various
understanding.
things about like eating and where he's from, basically.
It nods its head and thinks for a moment as you rifle off a million things in several different languages, and then it responds. No. And then it turns
The word
around
no, Corvus is.
and moves
When
away.
he hears no, Corvus is going to let out a laugh.
Well, that worked.
So you're gonna give us gold to teach this thing how to talk and actually communicate with you?
Well, not exactly. I have been doing some research, and I believe that this thing comes from the Southern Isles. How it got here or why, I don't quite know, but it has rifled off a couple times about its tribe, a few things about where it sort of is. I believe it pointed on a map a few times, an island to the south. I'm not sure exactly what it wants still, but it said it needs help, and...
But you reckon you want us to take it to the island that it pointed out and get it back to its family, maybe?
Perhaps. That could be what it wants. There could be something going wrong there. All I can really tell you right now is our Baroness has interest in the Southern Isles currently, and if this thing came from there, having someone go down there to help it, along with figure out if there's something that we need to know about it going on down there, would be very useful to her. So she is paying top coin for those who would wish to do this.
Now, how much is top coin, though? There are 6 of us here.
For the 6 of you, I believe she said that it would be somewhere in the realm of 300 gold pieces each upon completion.
And what exactly does she want as part of proof of delivery or whatever we're supposed to figure out now here? Gotta know what we're getting ourselves into.
You should take it to the south and deliver it to its family. I suppose you could attempt to, off the thing, which he sort of leans in close to you. I wouldn't mind entirely. But the Baroness would not like that, and she wants information from the south, so any information you could provide would be helpful.
Alright, so it's a basic gathering any intel and maybe taking this thing wherever it wants to go some amount of time. I think
It seems that so, yes.
depending on the time we sink into this whole loose interaction, we might need a bit of more incentive when we come back. You providing boats or food or...
Unfortunately not. This does not provide for those arrangements. However, I have been told I can give you a small portion of your reward early on if you wish to take a small claim.
Yeah, I think that'll do well to get us anywhere. Figure it'll be pretty penny to get a ship across to whatever the heck this thing wants. You got a map of the Southern Isles I can alleviate you of?
I do not, unfortunately. Not one that I can give away, but you could find one among Eldham or perhaps somewhere in the town here.
Alright, so we just gotta take this thing off your hands so you can go back to your research or what have you. And we drop them off wherever and maybe bring you back, come find you. Where can we find you at when we're done?
Me in particular, you can find me among the keep. I do all research and things for the Baroness and those that live there.
And sorry, just making sure I know for sure. The Baroness. Who exactly are you referring to?
Ah, yes, that is Baroness. I'm having a brain fart. No, it's not.
Back from the dead.
I'm having a brain fart right
Bless
now.
her
on her
soul.
name.
How did she talk Remy out of his beloved job? Crazy.
Totally beloved.
Walked in and said, hey,
yes.
can I have your job? And he went, yes.
He teared up and he was like, "Thank you."
He already seems more stable than when he walked in.
That would be Baroness.
Someone dealing with stuff? Love it.
That would be Baroness Eleanor.
Man, is he gonna be comfortable with having that much money, though?
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's the issue.
That would be Baroness
He didn't react well
Eleanor.
to the
You
platinum
can
unicorn we gave him for
attempt
some
to. You can attempt to make your acquaintance with her. However,
Like
she is
5-6
a
years
very.
ago, though. I'm sure he's, matured.
She is a. Am I
Okay.
muted? What the
reason. I
fuck?
don't think so. I hope he hasn't.
That's why.
That name?
Okay. Weird. Sorry. No, I was muted on Discord, but not Twitch. I was talking that whole
Yeah,
time.
that's a whole thing. Yeah, we just talked right over you.
Yes, you did. That would be Baroness Eleanor. You can attempt to make contact with her if you wish. However, it will be quite difficult.
You ever heard of that one, Corvus?
What?
The Baroness Eleanor. You like collecting signatures? She on the list?
He's gonna open up his little, he's gonna take his little book out of his thing. Nah, she ain't important. He's gonna put the thing away.
Draco will just kind of chuckle and nod. Alright, well, I think, what do the rest of you think? You think, you want to come on this, babysitting tour with us? Lost it.
I could use the money, sure enough, but I'm supposed to be following this one around, help him find some kind of lost knowledge. I don't know, book stuff. If you're heading further south, that's a bit of a strike against the whole mission. It's hot as hell down here already.
This ain't nothing.
Well, it'll be right cooler while we're on the ocean.
Filthy assistant, there's much knowledge to be had farther south. We must go.
Alright.
Of course we must.
What about you, Soul?
I'd like to help, but also he's gonna just look at Zenobia.
Who knows what
Barb?
forgotten spells one such as a Kenku might have? We just need to pry that information out of its dumb brain.
I'm just gonna turn to him and be like, "My name's Sol. It's nice to meet you," and offer a hand.
He'll look down towards your hand, but then you realize that neither eye is properly focusing on the actual hand in front of him. And he'll reach out a limp hand towards you and see whether or not you grab it.
I will.
You shake his hand. He doesn't really shake back.
Okay. So yeah.
Alright. Hey, Tiff. That was his name, right?
Yeah, while all this is happening, Tiff sort of walks up and sits on a seat beside this Kenku. Says, "Well, hello there. Would you like a good berry?"
It turns around and looks directly at you. No. Hold on. Top down. It squints.
You knew around these
Good
parts.
berry. No.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you there. He
No.
sort of reaches out his hand with a couple of berries in it.
He gobbles them up quickly, biting your fingers several times.
Oh, you got me a bit there. That's all right.
That's all right.
So you say you're new here, yeah?
Yes.
You seem to be in quite of a tiff when you came in here earlier.
Quite a tiff.
That's me. I'm Tiff.
That's me. I'm Tiff.
Hello, Tiff.
Hello, Tiff.
What was it that got you so upset?
It looks at you with cold, dead eyes.
Oh my god.
Oh my
And all you hear,
Jesus, that gave me a heart attack.
Do I have to make some kind of save?
and all you hear, all you hear is the slow, dulling roar. Hello.
It forcefully clears its throat.
That's quite a sound. Is that what you're afraid of?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hello.
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 Would you like a good berry?
No. And it starts walking away.
Well then, Tiff, you reckon you want to come with us, help bring that thing wherever it needs to go, maybe find some information?
Certainly. I'm not sure it wants to go with us, though.
Well,
That's
we
fine.
can make sure it
Ah.
does. Just,
I got this.
We might need a map first. Let it know where we're taking it. Seems it does want to go somewhere, maybe. And if it ain't, we'll figure it out.
Well, he can just come with us to find the map, and he's just gonna go chasing down this Kanku and try to pick it up.
You're going to what?
He's gonna try and pick up the Kanku.
Make an athletics check. Oh my god, alright. Well, let's see if I get a natural 20. Nope. It seems to be caught off guard as it was about to, it sort of is grabby handsing towards a mug that this person here has on their table and is about to sort of reach and grab it, but you scoop him up from behind and sort of throw him over your shoulder, and you just sort of hear these incoherent squawks and squeaks and beeps as he just sort of rolls around on your shoulder.
And
Oh, better he did it than I did, as Nesma sort of pats her armor carefully.
What are you doing?
Well, that seems to have worked now, don't it? I suppose you can leave him with us, Remy.
Well, as long as he's not my problem anymore, I don't really mind.
Right, and you did say you wanted an accident to happen, right? You know that costs extra.
Now,
Don't.
we'll try and do this the nice way first.
I'm just trying to give him everything that he asked for.
I didn't really say an accident. You could make it on purpose, too. It doesn't really matter to me.
Oh, that's twice as much as an accident.
Well, are you trying to negotiate?
I'm just bored.
I see. Okay. Well, he sort of reaches into his pack for a moment and pulls out 100 gold and puts it on the table in a little set pouch.
Draco will
That should be
immediately
enough.
pick that up.
That should be enough for you now to buy supplies and ship way towards wherever you need to go.
All right, well, I'll hold on to this as the clan leader. If anyone else wants their cut of this portion first, let me know, but ideally we can use it to start this venture here.
Yes.
So just time to go it a little bit, but he's like, "Oh, yeah, we should put it to the adventure." Yeah.
Well, if we're doing this thing, let's put it towards finding passage, and then we can see what's left. We'll need plenty of food and booze for the journey, just in case.
Sure. I have many things to do, so good luck. And he just leaves.
Goodbye.
Well, Seems like we got ourselves an adventure, eh?
Such a nice old man. I'd like him.
You would. Another round of drinks and we leave on the morrow?
Sounds about right.
What do I do with this then? He's just kind of gesture over to the.
I
Struggling
guess they're
Pencore.
on babysitting duty. You gotta hold on to him. New clan member, train him up right, and make sure he stays within your eye line.
Well,
He
if
has
you're in
relented.
Carson, you gotta pick me up a blank book or scroll. I'm gonna need at least one more for the journey we're going on.
You
You
want me
really
to
ought to be less careless with your possessions.
buy you a book?
I need an empty book or scroll, something like that.
Alright, I'll pick you up one, I suppose.
You're gonna be in
One
charge of the
notebook.
money. You better use it right.
Alright. Reckon that'll be fine. Anything else anyone requests for this here journey?
We'd best pick up a good amount of lamp oil, just in case we need it. You know.
I
along
can
the way.
help with water as well.
I don't know how smart lamp oil is on a ship, but suppose we'll get the ship first and see what they reckon we should bring. Water ain't the best thing to bring on a water journey, but the ale just stays better, you know?
You
But
fool!
by all
The
means,
entire ocean's filled with salt. He can't drink it. Get us water.
that ain't what I was saying, but barrel of water.
Won't the ship have water on it already?
Who knows? But we've got to make sure that we have all our bases covered.
Reckon it's fine to bring a barrel. Just don't bathe in it this time, Corvus.
Listen, I need to be pristine.
Then take a swim. Lower you down on a rope.
Cleanliness is overrated. Nora chugs back the rest of her beer, spilling a good amount of it on her armor.
See what I mean? Filthy.
Nora
You were
finishes
just-
chugging and belches directly in his face.
He completely does not react.
Weren't you just spilling ale all over yourself?
Shut your pie hole. Now, anyway, we'll also need provisions for the journey. I suggest jerky and brandy, possibly other foods and drinks that end with Y.
Why?
What do you mean, why? Speak English.
So, like turkey?
That ends in Y. Acceptable.
I mean, I'm
Okay.
just gonna add a Y to anything I feel we need to bring, and
Great.
it'll pass your high standards, sir.
That's the kind of lateral thinking we need on a journey like this.
Good. Best pick up some ale and some wine.
Sure will.
Whiny indeed, filthy peasant.
It might be some boozy, but we'll see.
Esma immediately bristles at the word peasant. Peasant! No, never. Twent. You remember it, wizard.
Again, just does not react.
The Kenku on Corvus's shoulder has relented to his place at the moment, and as he hears the yelling, he sort of slams against Corvu's chest. Peasant! Silence!
Now you gotta start it up.
Yeah, he was all but settled there.
Good
All
job,
right.
Zen.
New words.
Let's finish what we got here, pay our bill, and head on over to that nice Amber's place where we can have free lodgings. Might as well have our actual proper supper then. Only reason I was paying for drinks in this place was trying to find a job, and one found us, so ain't gotta stay around here.
That was really fast.
Sometimes it just comes up on you.
Right place, right time.
Corvus is just gonna reach into his coin pouch and toss out a gold piece onto the table. That should cover it, right?
Should.
I don't know, Neem, would it cover our,
Probably.
like 4 rounds
Yes.
of drinks?
Yeah, it would cover it. It's fine.
Cool. Alright.
All right, then. As you head out and rest for the night at the Dragon's Fall, you eventually wake up in the morning. And where would you like to go?
Reckon we head over to Eldham, catch a boat from there, and then buy the supplies we need. Head out the day after. Gonna need a map to figure out where this thing wants to go anyhow. I do also have a running list as a crazy person.
I would like to say, this entire time, Corvus is trying to teach this Kenku how to swear in Orc.
Perfect. Those sailors are gonna be so impressed.
Make an animal handling check.
Fantastic. I'm great at these guys. Watch this.
Oh,
He does not seem to be responding well to you. But all right. One moment, please. Let me copy all your tokens, so you're not gonna need them, but it's fine. So you can still roll. Nope, that I copied on one map tools and not the other. You people.
Hey, I know them.
They aren't here. Don't look.
I'm looking.
Some of them.
Now they're gone.
I mean, some of them
I
might be
messed up.
dead, so probably
Yeah,
not
probably.
there.
I mean, might be.
They might be.
So, you take the long, well, short journey to Eldham as you walk along the road out of Dragon's Fall. The Kenku eventually relenting to his now captors once more. He walks along the road with you over to Eldham. Is there anything that you want to do during the travel there?
No,
How
just
long
keeping
of
up
a
with
journey
the
is it again?
It's about 30 minutes to an hour. It's not very long of a
Okay,
walk.
yeah, that's what I thought. Important knowledge for me to file away.
I might try to talk with the Kenku for a bit.
Sure. What do you like to say?
Just kind of like, so you come from the south, right? They're gonna try and point like the direction generally of south.
South.
Ah, good. Was it warm there?
He almost in a somehow sarcastic tone back to you. Was it warm there?
Oh. Oh. Okay. Well, we're going to help get you back there as best as we can. You can count on us.
He thinks for a moment and looks back at you. Okay.
Good.
You can learn something from him, my assistant.
Sorry, could learn from the bird that can't speak.
That's right. This is best quality.
Your best quality is how often you fall asleep.
Silence, peasant.
See, bird knows.
Careful, bird. You probably taste like chicken.
Woodberry.
Blueberry sauce is my favorite.
Might just be a full meal there.
All right, then. You make your way to Eldham as the conversation goes off the rails. What would you like to find or go to seek first?
Probably a map.
All right. One
Gotta know where
moment,
we're going.
please. Turn down this music. Campaign ends because party eats important NPC.
I mean, we just got the job done real fast. I don't know where he went. You got feather on your...
Well, we figured we could eat 20% of him and he'd still live, but then we just kept upping the percentage.
Corvus coughs, a bunch of feathers come out.
Alright. Well, that's unfortunate. My token didn't save. Alright. Alright. So, you see a few stalls as you're passing by looking for a map. An individual who looks to be having a small sort of umbrellaed stall, looks to be unpacking a few things at the moment, sort of placing them down. He looks like he has this interesting sort of wheel of potions that are sort of attached to this wooden mechanism that he sort of plops down that sort of rotates around as he scrolls through it. To his side, however, you do see a large sort of small rack that he has already set up that has scrolls and other things inside of it that could be maps.
Hey, pardon me, sir. You got any maps of the Southern Islands in these here tubes?
He sort of turns, and you sort of now see his somewhat goateed face. He has a small, like, head wrap over his head to sort of block out the sun, and light clothing like most people here in Eldham. He sort of looks over at you and sort of looks you up and down for a moment. You do have the gold for it.
I certainly do.
I
Though I
would
don't
hope so.
appreciate your tone, and I might be mind walking off in a moment here. Don't much appreciate that kind of insinuation.
All I'm saying is I prepare for sale beforehand. But if you would like a map of the Southern Isles, I can provide one.
Well, if you don't mind showing me your map, and I'll have my little friend here tell me if it's the right one. Corvus, bring that bird over here. We need to see if he wants to point at the map.
Yep. He's gonna pick up. He's gonna pick up the Kenku and bring him on over. All right. Now we're gonna show you a map. You point where we need to go. Yeah.
You let us know if it's the right map, and if it is, I will pay for it right here now. And he doesn't have to actually lay a feather on it, sir. I know you want to sell your wares.
If you say so, I suppose that will be fine. The Kenku, just sort of being held under his arms as he's sort of held up in the air to look at this map, just sort of sits there quietly, nothing wide-eyed, the sort of deadpan look that he just always has on him. Doesn't seem to
I'm
really
glad we've
respond.
trained him already to be better than Remy Adam. Already better behaved.
Then sort of reaches around the rack and sort of pulls a scroll out and sort of flays it out in front of you, and it does show you a small map. I'll pull that up real fast. You look down on a map, and it looks like a set of isles among a large swath of water.
All right then, Birdie. You reckon one of your islands is here?
Sort of makes a few clicking and beeping noises for a moment as he tilts his head up and down over it. He sort of grabby hands from the sort of hold to try to grab onto the map.
No, just point, sugar. You ain't taking the map from the man until we know your place is on it.
He squints at you.
Where do you want to
Very
go?
quietly says, "Silence, peasant."
You better watch your tone with me,
Corvus-
Birdie, or you're gonna be lynched.
Corvus is gonna give him a little shake.
I would like
No.
to intimidate him.
The Kenku then eventually obliges as he doesn't seem like he's going anywhere, and he starts pointing. And it looks like he's pointing right here.
Uh-oh, sorry. I moved over to look at my character sheet.
Right here.
Ah. Cool. All right, how much is that map there, sir?
This one in particular, he thinks for a moment. This one I could let go for 25 gold pieces.
I would like to do an inside check to see if I think I can haggle this man.
Sure, let me
25
hold on.
gold pieces seems like a lot for a single scroll.
He actually does seem to be actually telling the truth in that it's actually decently expensive.
Yeah, I remember buying maps before, and that's... Alright. No, it's alright. This is a fine price, I suppose. And he did accommodate our eccentric needs. Thank you, sir. And I'll give him the 25
Hold
gold.
on. Before when he exchanges hands, he goes, "Well, isn't there any way that you could try to lower the price a little bit?" And he's gonna flash him a winning smile. Can I persuade him?
You can attempt, yes.
I don't see my character. Hold on.
On
Go
the
to the
other
other map. Yeah.
I just have a +1. I'm just gonna roll it right here.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Bless you, brother.
And you said we needed a different face.
No, you're the face.
Only because you are right and I was slightly rude to assume you did not have coin. I will bump it to 20 gold pieces. But no less.
Kind of gives Corvus a look like, we good?
Corvus is gonna shrug. Go back to making sure this Kenku doesn't go crazy.
That's boring now. Well, that's mine already, sir. And she'll give him the 20.
Alright, you give him 20 gold pieces.
Yeah.
And you are given one map. And you now have this map that you now are looking
Cool. Can I put markers on it?
at. Yes, you can, because it is your map.
Just in case, I don't know. Well, somebody else needs it.
Well, it
Can't
is all of your
draw.
map, and you're the one that technically bought it, so you can do whatever you want with it.
Rad.
Cool.
That's good enough.
Nice.
All
I
right.
tried to move it, didn't work. There now.
You can move it by just click and dragging with the text, I think. Yeah.
It's
The
fine.
text tool.
It's in the right spot-ish. Yeah, that's good.
That's close enough, yeah. All right.
All right, I figure let's find us a boat that's willing to chart us on over there, and then we'll figure out supplies for the run and when we can get our going on our way. Anything anyone wants to see while we're on about that? Figure long as you meet us at the docks tomorrow, you can do whatever you please.
That sounds good.
Well, I'm going to retire to the library. I will be expecting my my blank books in the morning when we leave.
Right.
Okay.
Do not disappoint me, filthy servant 2.
I ain't your servant. I'm head of my clan, and you will do deference to me, sir. I
He
ain't
stares at
your
you blankly in confusion.
I ain't your servant, and I ain't on your payroll. We're just
And we're
doing this here adventure together.
And we're also not filthy.
It's honestly better just to ignore him. He doesn't listen otherwise, and really, you kind of just get used to it.
Well, in our clan, we solve disputes with fighting, and if he wants to try me again, I'm gonna punch him in the face. So that's your warning.
Well, I would honestly kind of pay to see that, so I ain't gonna intervene. I'll let you know that.
The
So,
Kenku speaks
I
up.
will-
Punch him in the face.
Nice. Though
Being here, Bernie wants to see him punched in the face.
I mean, everyone agrees on that fact. That's something to bond over. But I would fight you for no reason at all sometime if you're interested. Since
Well, sure. Always do with a good training bout.
should probably get a few more drinks into us after that journey. I myself am mighty parched.
Just remember, not all of you are filthy. This one right here, this tip, I like him. He's sparkly.
We can do something about that.
Thanks, I guess.
I don't know if you really want to be on the wizard side of this.
Keep up your immaculate hygiene, young man. You'll make it far.
This from the wizard who is not immaculate.
Silence, peasant.
Cool.
All right. Where are you guys going
I'm
then?
gonna go probably with Corvus to go to the docks and find a ship.
Okay.
Anyone can come with us if they want. Otherwise, do whatever you want.
Nesma's just gonna assume that they've got this taken care of and see that Zen is heading off on his own, and she's gonna find a bar.
Okay.
Oh boy, now I have to decide who I'm going to keep an eye on.
I'm gonna head to the library.
Do you trust the two half-orcs who like to fight, settle disputes less, or do you trust the dwarven battle rager less?
Or the
insane.
Exactly.
I mean, this is like 3 problems separating, becoming individuals. So
Tiff looks briefly very concerned before following the orcs.
And Solo, go ahead and follow them as well. Just
Okay.
because he doesn't
Well,
feel
mighty fun party.
All right then. Nesma, it's very easy to find a bar for which you have enough gold, and unless there's anything specific that you want to do there, that'll be what you do.
I'm just gonna have a bunch of drinks and be just kind of generally drunkish and loud. And I mean, if anyone takes offense, I might fight them. You know, that's fine.
Okay. All right. Luckily partially unlucky for you, I guess. No one really seems to start a fight with you. So you drink on your merry way.
We'll
while
get
you
to
wait.
that later.
Zenobio, you head over towards the arcane recapitulation, for which you are ushered inside. And having made a few appearances already, the several monks and wizards that have sort of led you in before sort of give you an eye roll many times. But one eventually does come up to you as they are forced to seemingly do work for you.
I give them an eye roll back, but you wouldn't know it.
Of course. One eventually does approach you as he is being forced to work and be the one that drew the short end to deal with you, who sort of walks up and looks at you. Hello, sir. How can we help you?
Well, I need new information now. Heading to the Southern Isles, and I need to know everything there is to know about those places.
All right. That's
Kenku too.
okay. One moment. Follow me as he leads you up the long winding upward slope where he eventually finds you into a reading room and sort of opens the door for you and gives you a nod, leaving you back and closing behind you.
At 1 or 2 points, I jab him with my staff.
He does not like that, but he continues to work because he doesn't know what else to do. He opens up the door to the reading room for you so you can enter, and then once you are inside, he will close it behind him to go find the books.
Young people these days, so irresponsible and terrible manners.
All right, roll me a D100, and then roll me an investigation check. Okay. Very good. About 5 or so minutes pass, as eventually he comes back with a good stack of about 10 books, and places them on the table in front of you, and gives you a nod, not really wanting to talk as he tries to quickly speed walk out of this room to leave you to them. All right.
Thank you very much, Charles.
It's Harry, but okay.
Such impertinence. Close your mouth.
He says nothing further as he doesn't know what to say and leaves. All right. But you go through those books, looking for Kenkus in the Southern Isles. Easily enough with your master of intelligence. You speed read through these books like they're nothing, like they're child's books. And for the most part, it's mostly general information that you kind of already knew. It's Southern Isles are very sort of mostly, they're charted, but they're not really charted on the islands, as there's not much reason to do much. There's not much land space on them, so there's really not much reason to make settlements or anything out there, and most of it is on tribal land, mostly being that of the Yonti, the Kenku, and the Tabaxi. So, most of the larger people at play, mostly being the Beresian Empire and Aietherhall, which are the only two large continents nearby it, have decided really not to even touch it because it's not worth their time. However, there have been small tales, as you can start reading through, of ancient temples and lost artifacts that were left there. Many people that came to try to settle in these places in eras past but did not succeed, or were killed off at some point and left their things behind. So there's that. As far as Kenku go, it is decently known that they mostly come from the Southern Isles. They don't typically travel because they are not easily spoken to. They are known to be cursed, or cursed race, that have lost their ability to fly and their ability to speak. Why they lost it, or what curse was placed on them, has been lost to time. With the passing of few eras, that information seems to have been lost, if they ever even had it. There are small smatterings of writings of the tribes that are in the south to them. They have a few of their own islands, it seems, but for the most part, they don't venture out very often, so there's not much knowledge about them other than that. And so, you finish your book reading.
I will finish my book reading and say no information of use. And I will sweep the books off the table and open the door and yell, "Charles, clean up!" And I will stalk out of the building.
The man who is waiting just outside the door as the door slams open and hits him in the face as it slides over to his side, he sort of holds his face and sort of looks at you as you walk away.
I turn to him and I say, "Here's a shiny silver piece for your troubles," and I will toss it at him.
It hits him in the forehead as he can't grab it with his hands over his face at the moment. Ow! And you walk away, and none the wiser, and back out on the city streets. That taking probably about an hour or two. So, the five of you, you go down into the docks, looking for transport. The docks are bustling with ships that come in and out. They seem to be rather busy at this part of the hour. There are a few boats that are unloading or beginning to load that easily could be spoken to, but there seems to be a dock master that a lot of people are crowded around at the moment that seems to be the place to go speak to about travel or who is available for doing so.
I feel like we've probably chartered enough boats that I kind of look for either captains that happen to be on the docks, and if they aren't, then I'll go talk to the dock master.
Okay. If you're going to go searching for captains, go ahead and make me a perception check.
Yeah. Hot dice.
That's pretty good.
19.
Okay. There is one in particular that does catch your eye. He doesn't look like he has a large manned ship. However, he does look to have a small ship that looks to be rather quick, as it has one of these speed sails that you've seen on it. You walk over, and I'm upset that all my tokens didn't save, so I have to just describe them, unfortunately. Hold on while I find his portrait.
So who's leading the boat?
Me. I'm on the boats.
Corvus is of the opinion that he himself can get them there by rowing, so he's not too invested in the finding a ship captain.
And we've definitely tried that before.
We have, and it has never worked. He's not good with boats. Land vehicles he's great at. Boats it doesn't work.
It's alright. Good thing I'm the chief. You step in to haggle.
He just flashes his
Them
pearly
pretty
whites.
Them pretty face rolls.
Ah, yes. Treasurer Corbin.
I mean, the fact that I speak proper English was probably enough for that guy to be like, all right, you probably have money.
All right, I found it. There he is.
Yeah.
All right. So there is a man that sort of leans up against a box. His hat tipped just downwards over his eyes as he looks like he's like just resting for the moment. A small twig of something sort of sticking out of the side of his mouth. His darker complexion, sort of banded by this sort of grayish white, not white, but gray-black beard around his chin. Wears a green sort of somewhat noble-looking top and sort of brimmed hat that he has over his eyes that has like a feather sticking out of it. One of his ears is sort of pierced with this gold ring around his lobe, and he just sort of sits there for the moment, ready to be approached.
Well, howdy there, friend. Mighty fine boat you've got there.
You see as his hat, he perks his head up and sort of with his thumb just sort of pokes his hat open. Now seeing his eyes, you see his right eye is completely scarred over. This sort of almost shimmering gold light that fills the space and around the cut as he looks directly at you. Aye,
Well,
that
now-
it is.
Now that is an impressive scar. You'll have to tell me the story about that one day. But before the pleasantries, where are your ship headed? We're looking for someone to take us to the Southern Isles.
My ship heads where the wind blows it.
Any chance we could requisition it for a ride?
Depends on if you got the coin.
Suppose we'll have to see what your words.
I know.
Full meltdown.
I know I'm one to look at, and it's kind of you to mix your words up with me. But what you're looking at right here is the fastest ship down here on west on the Eldham.
I'll unroll
Wherever
the
you
map
need to
and
be.
like,
I'll be there in a jury.
we're looking to travel over to this island here. How much would it cost for you to take us there and back? Possibly a bit of a stopover in the middle there.
With a bit of a stopover, that changes things a bit. Me and the bolt here don't really stop.
Well, you could also leave us there and come back and pick us up, but I reckon that might be worse for you than for us.
Nah, not in the slightest. Just costs a bit extra.
I mean, whatever works for you. I'm willing to pay you to sit around for us while we figure out what we got to do in the area, but not exactly sure what we're looking to do, so can't really give you an exact timeline, but if it's
Contract work, then.
Yeah.
Ongoing. I see. I can do this for you, albeit the price is going to be a bit raised than usual.
Well, what are your prices?
Typically, for a small group like yours, I can take you down to the point where you're looking. About 10 gold a day. It's only
How
going to
long
take
does
me a
it
day
take
to
you
get
to-
there.
Only takes you a day to get all the way down there? That is a fast vessel.
Like I said, it's the fastest boat here in the west of Eldham.
And is that our increased rate for asking you to stick around till we're ready to go?
That's 10 gold a day. It's one day to get down there. It's another day to come back when you need me. So
Well,
20.
we ain't got any way to signal you to get you back, though.
That there is your pickle. Tell you what, I have this here friend. Is looking to require a bit of, what's the word for it? Goods. Got taken off of him recently. In those goods, there was some things that could help you out. Things that could relay information over large distances. Getting it back, however, ain't gonna be that easy.
And whereabout did your friend lose these here things? How close is it to our destination?
To a destination, not close at all. However, here in Eldham, it could be very close.
Oh, it's right around these parts. Well, why didn't you say so?
That it
We could
is.
look to help find that there thing for you if it helps. I know scrolls like that are mighty pricey. Don't know that I could afford that.
It's not a matter of finding it. More a matter of retrieving it.
Retrieving it from where?
There's a warehouse along the dock here. Box that has his goods in it. Know exactly where it is. Problem is getting into that warehouse and getting out with it.
So they're held and he can't retrieve them. We retrieve them for you. You give us the scroll. That's our payment.
You retrieve whatever in that box. You get the things that you need, and we get what we need. Could even knock a bit off the price if you did it for me.
She's gonna kind of like look at the group and specifically the not her brother people. Be like, I'll need to talk to my crew, but I think even your normal terms seem amenable, so worst case, we'll just pay your fee, get you to come back in a week. And we'll just sit on our thumbs if we're a bit early. And pay if you have to wait for us.
Alright. I'll be here. I don't have any work to do until those goods are gotten, so I'll be waiting.
Not
He
funny.
leans back onto his box and tilts his hat back down.
Drak is gonna kind of motion for the group to like mosey on away from this area before we start talking about this.
Sure.
The Kenku stands in the middle of your circle. Good, Barry.
Tiff had kind of been just like looking around and watching other stuff that happened. Only towards the end of the conversation did he sort of clue in on what was happening. He's like, Draka, he's not suggesting that we break the law, is he?
Oh, I'm sure he ain't. Listen, Tiff. Sometimes things are a little bit hard to get to. That's why people like Drak and I exist. We are, to use a common term, mercenaries. Now, when you go climbing, you can't just go climbing by yourself, right? You're not about to scale a mountain wall just with your regular hands and feet. No, what you need is like a harness, some pythons, stuff like that to help you climb up. Consider us like that. We're just helping another person out.
I'm
Just helping.
not sure I follow.
Well,
What was that
it's-
mean?
The Kenku just... I'm speaking as the Kenku.
Oh, okay, good. I didn't hear what you said though. That was
He
why.
said just helping.
right, that's it. We're not breaking any laws. What happened is some cargo got waylaid. We're just going to get it back for him.
And if you ain't comfortable with that, you don't have to be a part of it. Feel free to sit down in your room and we'll figure it out. Sort it all out for him ourselves. But wanted to talk to the whole group before I signed us up for something nobody ain't comfortable with.
Well, I mean, He can't be too bad, right? I'm sure it's gonna be fine. I'm sure they'll be fine with it.
I mean, either way, just that scroll alone is worth a pretty penny. We'll be well paid for this job if we do take it. But either way, him taking us to the place, 10 gold a day ain't bad for rate. I would know. Can I do a check to see if I know if that's actually a pretty good fare?
Sure. You're not a sailor or anything, so it's gonna be difficult though.
Yeah, it's fine. Insight or perception?
It'd be insight, yeah. That's pretty high.
It's a 17.
But
Plus-
if he can do this as fast as he can, which looking at the map, it's a
day
pretty
for
fair
that
distance.
nuts.
Yeah. Yeah.
It took us a day to get to like the first island.
Yeah.
Just like saying, that's normally like at least a week trip.
Mm-hmm.
So he'd travel awful fast. We got a good deal whether or not we do this other thing for him. We can just tell him to come back in a week's time and hopefully we're done whatever we're trying to do. We don't really know what this Kenku wants other than to go to that island. Might be we could just go there, drop him off, and come back. That's 20 gold. It's a good deal to get there and back.
The
Go on
Kenku
our
looks up
separate
at you
ways
and
and-
says, "Not that bad."
Yeah, not that bad at all, sugar.
Sugar.
Yes. Well, the thing is, you're sort of my responsibility now.
Not reckon I know what that's about. I didn't sign any of their paperwork. Definitely
Yeah,
didn't fill it out. So, whatever you're on about, you might be with the wrong group.
That's what I'm thinking.
You're stuck with us now unless, you head back to the other town. You seem to have come an awful long way just to find out you don't have the right group.
Is a handful of gold really worth sacrificing your morals over?
I ain't sacrificing nothing, sugar.
Sacrifice morals.
Yes, of course.
Silent.
Hello. My name is Tiff.
Well, I've been calling you Birdie, Tiff. Hello, Tiff.
Tiff.
Well, if you ain't comfortable with this, Tiff, you don't gotta do it.
Tiff sacrifice morals.
Birdie wants you to, though.
It's just that most groups, are fighting bandits or plundering caverns.
Well, if that's what you want to do, I reckon you go
Think of
find
this
a group
as a cavern
for
that's
that
out in the
kind
middle of the city square.
I mean, we could maybe make it look like a cavern.
I mean, all it takes is a little bit of imagination. That could be, I don't know, a tomb that's in the middle of a town with, let's say, legal bandits. I'm pretty sure that's a term that's going to make us a lot of friends around here.
Are they at least bad people?
Oh, absolutely. I've never met a dock employee, like a dock guard, a customs agent, that was a good person.
Really?
So they are like bandits.
Yeah, we're taking back goods from bandits that they took them from the rightful owners.
Tiff
Yeah.
sacrifice morals.
Well, what do you think, Soul?
I mean, you make it sound like they're pretty not good people. I'd like to help the people of this place if that's what this would help do. I'm not really familiar with coastal town customs.
Well, and what I've seen of Nesma, she's on board to do anything where she gets to punch someone in the face. So I think might just do this thing. Figure we can just get the crate, look what's inside, take our earnings, and give him the rest.
And plus, I don't really think this
proposed.
person. I don't really think he'd really lead us astray. I mean, look at him. He's going to gesture over to him. That's a honest-looking man if I ever seen one.
Mighty fine scar.
That is a fine
We'll
scar.
leave that
Yeah.
story for sure.
Well, if you say so. I guess it wouldn't be any harm. And you're sure they're not good people, right?
So
I just want to make sure.
I know, and I want you to do something for me. I want you to define the word good.
Well, not. Huh.
There. See, so it's so hard in this world full of chaos and pain and suffering to define what good is. So I like to think that we're good, and if you consider the opposite of good being bad, then yeah, these are some pretty bad people, wouldn't you say?
I just don't want to hurt like people who don't. Yeah, I guess maybe.
We've known each other for a long time. Have I ever led you?
The Kenku begins to pull on your shirt, Soul.
I'm going to look down at the Kenku.
He motions with his weirdly clawed, feathered hand for you to come close.
I do so.
As you lean down and sort of he looks directly at you, his small beak sort of pressed up against your side of your face. Sacrifice morals.
Hey, Corvus, Draka, can I talk to you for a moment?
Sure. He's gonna pick up the Kenku. He's gonna pick up Tiff the Kenku and put him on his shoulders.
Maybe
where do you want to talk?
Maybe just Draka for now.
All right then.
All right.
I'm gonna motion to just come like about 10 feet.
Doesn't hurt my feelings at all.
And I'm gonna try and kind of whisper to Draka, just like, do you get a bad feeling from that Kenku? Because I'm starting to get a kind of a bad feeling from him.
Oh no, he's just playing with you. Don't worry about it. Who knows how much he even understands about what he's saying?
I mean,
he's just repeating Tiff's name and saying it's his name. He clearly doesn't quite grasp what we're doing around here.
I guess maybe it's just he told me to sacrifice my morals.
And he was just repeating what Tiff said. He doesn't exactly have a whole library to deal with as far as what he can say.
And then there's
just trying to tell you it ain't a bad thing. Don't worry about it.
Him saying silence peasant people.
That's just that wizard being a bad influence, yelling at people, being rat rude.
You know, I think maybe you're right. I think I'm just a little on edge. This is the first time I've really been in a city, and now I'm in another city.
And soon we'll be on a boat without another soul in sight other than us on the water.
Yeah. So
it's all about the adventure and where it takes you. Stick with us and you'll get to see a whole lot of different views. And if that ain't your thing, you're go on your way. But
I guess so, Draka.
You meet all kinds of folks. They're all over the place. Kenku ain't so weird. Met weirder.
All right. Thanks. It actually makes me feel a little better.
No worries. Don't let him get to you. That little thing ain't trying to do anything.
All right.
As your conversation ends, and you are holding him up on your shoulder for a moment, the Kenku speaks softly into Corvus's ear. In a different tone and voice than you've heard previously, as he's not mimicking one that you've been around. Go to the town. Seek them. Find them. Tear them limb from limb. Sacrifice morals.
Already done, buddy. Which town was it? And that's going to be a price.
Sacrifice morals.
Already done.
We're going to take shifts watching him sleep, just saying.
Corvus isn't sharing any of this information.
I think it's just prudent. We don't actually know a lot of the people we travel with. I think Draka and Corvus constantly just do switch shifts.
Oh, absolutely.
Man, this Kenku's fun.
But anyways,
So
as
he said, go to the town, search for them, tear them limb from limb.
yes,
Go to the town, seek them, tear them limb from limb.
yes,
I wrote it down.
Gotcha. That's in.
that is.
I'm gonna add that on there.
This sounds totally up our alley.
This was the right party to request that.
Might be in the direction. Let's do it.
All right. Then as you eventually somewhat make a decision and eventually find your party grouped back together to rest for the night before doing anything tomorrow, that'll be where I call the session for now, as it was a bit short, but I am missing a bunch of tokens.
That's cool. I have to figure out how we're gonna break into the harbor master's stuff and
I mean,
steal
there's
stuff,
still
take that on their boat and then leave.
How? I
You
mean,
technically
that's your
haven't.
thing.
Oh yeah, true. We're not subtle. Let's just break in. Great.
I mean,
Yeah,
you
that's what I
also
was thinking.
could ask for more information. You didn't accept anything, so he didn't give you all the information.
Oh, true. I will have to go ask him which box.
Yeah.
We just come in after breaking into every warehouse.
Oh my god.
Found
well,
it.
we know which warehouse. I'll just keep opening crates until I find a sending scroll. Perfect.
He didn't even tell you it was a sending scroll.
I mean, yeah, that's meta knowledge. It might not be too.
Yep.
It's like message, like that's no good. Message on a scroll.
This is an exact copy of a sending scroll without any magic.
Now, this
anyways.
is a very,
It's just a letter with postage.
this is a very rare scroll of true strength.
Oh my god. Awful. Anyways,
And burn the warehouse to the ground.
I will see you all next week in whatever hijinks that you end up somehow doing.
Are you gonna stop killing us all off? Because the party's
Wow.
only gonna get more ridiculous.
We have a deranged level, and we've already started dipping into it. Well, most of us. I think Mocha's dove full like.
He
Head
started
first.
he started head first in the deep end.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go say goodbye to stream, so hold on real fast.
Sure.
Okay. Hello all. Thank you for watching, whoever are still here. Goodbye.